Hello, everyone. How's everyone doing this fine and lovely Sunday afternoon? We're back with another episode, and without further ado, hit that record button in 3, 2, 1, and good afternoon, everyone. What is going on? Episode 149 of the South Florida Gamers Podcast. 149, one more to 150.
Yeah.
I am your host, Silverback Senpai, and across the table from me is none other than my co-host, Waluigi.
Aloha, my dudes. Long time no see. We missed Thursday, but we're back on a Sunday. Glad to be back at it again.
Absolutely. And our guest is none other than Clarke.cos.
Hello.
Shadow the Hedgehog.
Shadow the Hedgehog today.
Oh,
Hi, nice to meet everyone. Or should I be saying something rude or mean? I don't know. But
No, you're fine. You're good. Of course, everyone, for those that are watching and tuning in, thank y'all so much for, being a part of this episode. And a big shout out to our subscribers, our followers, our supporters of the South Florida Gamers Podcast. We appreciate you guys. And thank you again for being with us on this journey as we're pretty much just going one episode after another episode after another episode. Yeah. We're now approaching 150. So that is great. That's awesome. It's another milestone that we have accomplished here on the podcast. And we plan to do more. Here's to another 150, 200, 300 more episodes.
Damn right.
Awesome.
So, on the podcast, as y'all already know, if you are new here, we have a tradition here on the podcast, and that is that anytime we ever have a new guest in the studio, we always ask them, hey, what is your gaming origin story? Like, what got you started as a gamer? Give us that background, like from start to all the way up until now, to from you as a child or a teenager, all the way up until your current years as an adult. So, Johnny, give us your gaming background story.
My gaming background story actually starts way back when I was like about a wee child. I'd say around the age 5. Definitely started off with Sonic the Hedgehog, or pretty much my one of my amazing family members, one of my cousins. I'm not gonna blurt out his name, but he introduced me to Sonic and Mario at the same time.
Oh, wow.
Shockingly enough, he introduced me to Mario Sunshine first.
Oh, okay.
But I think I fell in love, truly fell in love with the gaming side of things with Sonic the Hedgehog, the Sonic Mega Collection. I'm not gonna lie, as a child, I didn't complete any of the games, but I didn't care. I was immersed with just this blue hedgehog just running around left and right. So it was something that just caught my attention and my eye.
Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm trying to remember, because I remember the Sonic collection. I forgot what console it was.
Ooh, first console, GameCube.
Okay.
GameCube.
All right.
I had the silver one. That one. Ooh. I had that one, and when I got the Sonic Mega Collection, I think I just dived right into it. I couldn't get through Sonic the Hedgehog 1. I kind of struggled in Green Hill Zone, I'll be honest, I did. But after I started digging into the other games like Sonic 2, Sonic 3, the rest of the games that came with the Sonic Mega Collection, as well as the illustration art stuff of it, I was just in love. I just fell in love with the whole idea of gaming at that point.
Oh, okay. All right. So, did you also play any of the Sonic games on the Game Boy, or no?
Yes. I can thoroughly remember the first time I played on a Game Boy. I was sick, but it didn't matter. My first Game Boy Sonic game was Sonic Advance 2. Yes, I skipped Sonic Advance 1.
No. That's a goated game.
Yes, it is.
That's goated.
It is. And yeah, no, that game I would play hours. I'm pretty sure I was the type of kid that stayed up at night, just like anybody else, and just had the Game Boy Advance right there. No lights. I didn't care. I was still playing it.
Oh yeah.
Oh hell yeah.
And the best thrill was definitely when you heard that door open and just immediately just.
You're saying the realest thing that any adolescent or young adult, young teenager has done in their life: hide from their parents, close the game. If it's an SP, close it. DS, close it. If you had one of the Game Boy Advances or just flat,
just snuck it right through the pillow.
You're just hiding any bit of light. Close the door, back at it.
Yeah. It was a grind.
It was a grind. Game Boy flashlights.
I'm not gonna lie. The Sonic Advance games, especially for the Game Boy Advance, were peak Sonic games. They were so good. Mm-hmm. I remember after I was done with the first one, I went to the second. Then I heard about, okay, they got a second one. Cool, I'm gonna play that, and I enjoyed it. And then of course the third one came out, loved it, but not as much as the second one.
I don't know what it is, but comparing the third to the second one, there's just something about it where the second one still comes out on top compared to the third. I don't know what mechanic it was. Like some things were slightly better, but I still prefer Sonic Advance 2 over Sonic Advance 3.
Yeah, I'm right there with you because it's just something about that game that it just clicked for you, and it just held and just had that grasp on you. And then when 3 came out, cool, all right, I'll play it because I had a great time with 2, but then it was just like, it's still a good game. Like Sonic Advance 3 is still a good game, but it's just like, man, 2 had that it factor.
It's just perfection. That's what it was considered back then.
Absolutely. And now going back to the GameCube, you had a Mega Collection. Were there any other games that you played in the GameCube throughout your years, or you're just completely just all Sonic?
Okay, it took me, I mean, again, when you're 5 years old, you can't really go out and buy games.
True that.
Not gonna lie.
Yeah.
I did also fall into the Sonic Adventure 2 peak as well. It's like a masterpiece of its own. Introduction of Shadow the Hedgehog, of course.
Real.
I played most of the Sonic games that are like remade for the GameCube system. I never really got the chance to play it on like a Dreamcast or anything like that sort. Okay. But either which way, just to answer your question, yes, I did play like basically anything that was Sonic that was landed on GameCube. I got it. I freaking begged. I begged my parents and my family like, hey, can I get this game, please, 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 please. It was like Sonic Adventure 2. I tried Sonic DX. I still like Sonic Adventure 2 better. I don't know what it is with Sonic games and just the 2. 2 is always going to be better than the original. Don't know why, but that's typically the case.
That's real.
Like, you're not wrong, because I had that same feeling growing up playing Sonic on the Sega Genesis. And as you said, it's something with the number 2, it just clicked, but when it goes to 3, it's just like, it's not bad, but it's just like, it's not better than 2.
I think the only exception to that is Sonic the Hedgehog 3 or Sonic 3 and Knuckles. But technically speaking, that still falls on the line of sequel because it's Sonic 3 and Knuckles. That becomes like kind of a sequel or kind of a port type of deal. So, yeah, in a sense, yeah, you're right. No, there's something about like the 2 or the second part of a Sonic game is just better than the original. Back to the GameCube question, though, it would be that, yeah, Sonic Heroes, Sonic, anything Sonic related that landed on the GameCube. Like I said, I landed on it, and then I was like hooked with Sonic Riders with the introduction of like Jet the Hawk. Like that was my favorite character throughout my teenhood. But yeah, like there's just something about Sonic games that just got my attention, just had me hooked. I know a lot of people originated with like Mario, or they originated with Kirby, or originated with other games from like back then, but for me it was just Sonic that got me like in there.
Okay. All right, so moving on to the next generation after the GameCube era, you also had the Nintendo Wii era, the PS3 era, and Xbox 360 era. Did you play any games around those 3 console eras, or?
Yes, I did. Got a Nintendo Wii. I know a lot of people don't like Sonic and the Secret Rings, but I love that game. That game was...
It was kind of dope.
It was dope. It was a different... I don't know. It was like a breath of fresh air.
It was a different take.
It was a different take, exactly. It was like a breath of fresh air. It was something new. I know with the whole control schemes, it was a little off, but it was our first step trying into something different. And it was like...
Yeah, and plus you see like night versions of these characters, which like you see the dopest skins in Sonic history.
That's true. Yes, you do. Especially like the Charlian Knights, I think. The Charlian Knights, the different, the Sonic and the Black Knight era. Again, some people didn't like that game. I personally did not get a chance to play that game. I wish I did, but I just didn't really resonate with the Arthurian times. I did fall in love with Sonic Riders Zero Gravity. Ooh. That game had me hooked. Like right after right after middle school, I would just bolt it straight home, get on the Wii, play that game until hours end. And I think there was another game, Sonic Unleashed, is possibly
I remember
one of the best 3D games to come out. Period. Like it's hard to argue against that game.
Yeah.
I played it on the Wii, and I recently replayed it on the PS3, and that game truly defines like how fast can we really take it during these times with Sonic physics. How fast can we really make this character go?
And then there's Werewolf Sonic.
And then there's Werewolf
You did
Sonic.
not mention that, and I was waiting. I was waiting the whole time.
Look, okay,
I'm listening.
I'm not gonna say like it's wrong to experiment or try new things. I'm never going to advocate against that ever. But when you're named Sonic and you're all about speed, it's kind of weird to transition from speed, fast as hell, to big, bulky, beat 'em up guy. I just, if I wanted to do a beat 'em up, I would just jump straight to a fighting game like, I don't know, Tekken or like any other, like.
Not Sonic Fighters.
Why are you bringing up games I don't want to talk about?
You said you're a Sonic fan? I gotta know.
I know, because I've touched those games. I'm just like, this isn't right. But I have to play it. Like, it is what it is. This isn't right, but I have to play it. It's just, it's part of the scheme.
I gotta ask the real question. Wait, you know what I forgot to ask?
Which one?
Shadow the Hedgehog. That reaction.
You know,
I just realized.
I'm not gonna lie. I like that game.
Oh, okay.
I like that game, and I'm not even gonna be biased about how I'm cosplaying, but I liked the idea that with Shadow the Hedgehog, Sega was actually taking a point to take divergent roads instead of just a typical straight line story, straight line, you know, he starts here but then he ends here. He the hedgehog gathers the Chaos Emeralds and then just, you know, it goes super beat up the bad guy. No, in Shadow the Hedgehog, it actually does take a good turn into like his lore or what if scenarios. I actually enjoyed that. I love taking a deep dive into different universes or different points of view or perspectives that may just lead to different tangents. In terms of gameplay, Shadow the Hedgehog could be better. That's my argument. In terms of gameplay, Shadow the Hedgehog could be better, but in terms of story, you really dive deep into the lore of Shadow the Hedgehog and what could have been if he was a good guy, bad guy, if he was an anti-hero, not so anti-hero. I love stuff where it's like divergent, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I do like how it's simplified to 3 endings at least. Where if you have not played this game, it's on you. You either see like Sonic's neutral ending, Sonic's good ending, and then the bad ending where he kills Eggman. I'm just like, that's it. It's simplified with multiple levels and different versions where you have options, and that's what I definitely liked about the game. They should have a remake just for the hell of it. Sega could
They should. Actually, they could. They have the power to. I believe they do. If they could just, you know, remake it, make it a little more faster. And definitely, I don't want to skip ahead to like current gen where it's like Sonic X Shadow generations, not the couple, the actual game.
Yes.
It really does. I'm not going to spoil anything just in case if anyone hasn't played it yet or anything of that sort, but it really does like dive deep. It really brings a deeper level of understanding for Shadow the Hedgehog instead of just a typical brooding, edgy hedgehog.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah.
I gotta ask this one question though.
Go ahead. I don't think I'm ready for this question, but go ahead.
In our podcast, no one's ever ready.
Same question I asked Just Dan Dan.
Oh no.
Have you played Sonic 06? The game that introduced Silver.
Yeah, Silver's a great character.
But what about the game?
Why are you asking hard questions?
The real question.
Why? Okay, wait. Let me breathe. Hold on. Let me just breathe for a second. I have water. That's fine. Yeah, no, great. And the worst part is I'm dressed as Shadow, so it's even more accurate. All right. Again, story-wise, Sonic, Sega did a great job. I liked how the story was going during the beginning. During the end, we don't talk about certain parts, but it did come out with 3 super-powered hedgehogs, which is great. Who doesn't like seeing super-powered like animals fight a god that's able to destroy and repent time? Whatever. That's fine. The story was what it could have been, and it basically did a whole reboot. DC reboot. That's what it felt like. It felt like Sonic 06 was something that did a complete reboot. I am trying my best to avoid a specific part because I know you're asking about the gameplay. So I'm hoping this distracts long enough to not discuss the gameplay.
Nah, we're opening. Sadly.
But sadly, this is a gaming podcast, so the gameplay. All right, look, it was 2006. Okay,
You're
give
right.
it some props.
You're
it has
right.
glitches. It has. I'm pretty sure that's one of those steps like into the next gen gaming, Xbox 360, PS3.
Right.
It had a couple of glitches and errors and problems and probably should have stayed in the stove a little longer. But we are past that and we are not discussing, mix-ups in the history because it rebooted. So technically speaking, Sonic 06 never happened. That's my argument. Sonic 06 never happened.
Hey, I respect it. I respect it. Because anytime we get a Sonic fan in this podcast, we're gonna ask you. We're gonna ask you about Sonic 06. Like, we want to know: did you play that game? What are your thoughts on that game? Because everyone has that same reaction. Like,
It's like you have
like they let down that sigh, just like,
It's like you had to bring that up in
oh my
conversation.
god,
Yeah, it's like bringing up Dragon Ball Evolution. You just don't talk about it.
Which one, the movie or the video game?
You know. Can we go another question, please? Oh no, not that one.
Oh my god, I know.
But
about
I ain't gonna lie though. Like after that fiasco of Sonic 06, we slowly started seeing much better Sonic games. So it's like we needed to see a failure happen, so that way it's like, all right, you know what? We're not gonna do this anymore. We're just gonna go do what we know people like and enjoy, story and gameplay wise, and just keep going in that direction. Because what the hell?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm not gonna lie, without 06, we would have never got Sonic Unleashed.
Right.
That's
Yeah.
absolutely true. It's absolutely
Yeah.
factual. If we never had the dumpster fire of Sonic 06, we would never have gotten Sonic Unleashed. We would never gotten Sonic Colors. We've never gotten. I'd say Sonic Free Riders is a little questionable too, but again, experimentation leads to success afterwards.
Yeah, definitely.
Now, off topic. Have you ever played Mario, Sonic, and the Olympic Games?
Yes, I have.
Okay, good.
I'm not even gonna shy away from that. I was actually the kid that would have his 3DS, sneak into school, play that during either classwork, tests, whatever. If I already aced it and passed it, I just scooted aside, whip out the DS, and just start playing the Olympic Games. The first one, Mario and Sonic at the Olympics, first one. That's the one I got. That's the one I played kind of religiously, but not really, because the question that always scratched the back of my brain is like, why is Sonic running and why is Mario actually able to keep up with Sonic?
Yeah, that was a very weird interaction. When I started, I was
the
just
weirdest
like,
collaboration.
It's like you have the fastest creature alive versus the plumber that saves a princess from
An Italian plumber.
an Italian plumber. My bad, an Italian plumber saving a princess from a turtle. Again, I am not bashing Mario. I'm just saying,
You're
like,
fine. You're fine.
how does this correlate to the Olympic Games? And again, I think it was just like maybe Sega and Nintendo trying to do a collab together.
Oh, yeah.
The Olympic Games was occurring at the same time. So, why not? This was back in the day when games were made just for the hell of it, just to see
Yeah.
if it would stick to the wall and see if it would work.
oh yeah, definitely. So, moving on to the next question, and that is, continuing with your gaming origin story. So after PS3 360 era, now we're going on to PS4, Xbox One era, and Nintendo Wii U and Switch.
And Switch.
All right.
All right.
Any games that you played during that era?
I need to refresh my memory on that because it's like PS4 era and the Nintendo Switch era. I think that's Sonic Lost World, if I'm not mistaken. That should also be there's another Sonic game.
Frontier?
PS4. Frontiers. That recently came out. I got that on PC. I'm not going to lie. I called out sick from work for the entirety to play and finish that game before the update and the new DLC. So Sonic Frontiers definitely got it on PC. There's another one. Sonic Generations was definitely something that would have a lot of people. Well, I would assume it would have a lot of people on grip hold because it really reflects and goes back into your childhood all the way to current like Sonic games.
Yeah.
I think that was during the PS4 era, and it really did felt like a thank you to like the Sonic fans and Sonic community or anyone who like really grew up with Sonic to really reflect and look back and like, hey, this is what Sonic's been through. This is what he is now. Like, we appreciate you guys for all the support and thank you for everything that you've been through. I will, however, stress that during the Sonic Eater time frame when they really had all the Sonic characters constantly support Sonic. I felt a little bit like, okay, we get it, Sega, Sonic Team. You guys are really making a point that Sonic has his friends, accept his friends, or get the hell out. That's what it felt like when they had basically Super Sonics, basically had their friends cheer them on non-stop. I was like, I get it. They're here to stay. That's fine. Just stop making them annoying, please.
That's true.
Gotcha. And this was also during a time where we were also getting a new Sonic movie, which everyone saw that first trailer of that Abomination Sonic, and it took the entire internet be like, no, change this.
The community itself.
The community itself literally, attack the directors of the very first Sonic movie and be like, no, change his face, because like what the hell is that
God's
Abomination?
name is that Abomination?
With the eyes just being so tiny and he just looks so.
I was just like,
And the teeth.
Yeah.
The teeth. No one ever talks about the teeth, but the teeth is definitely what
You're right.
scarred a
Ugly
couple of
Sonic.
people. I'm not gonna lie.
Ugly Sonic has scared people.
I think Ugly Sonic showed up in another movie just
Dale.
because. Yes,
The
Chip and Dale, the Chip and Dale movie.
Yes.
Just because, like,
They're allowed to bring it in. That's also why.
was funny because again, they tried to make Sonic human or a little bit more humanoid when it's like, no, it's a hedgehog. Just make him small. I think that's the one time the entire internet community and Sonic community agreed on one thing together and just torched the old design. And then we got the new design. Kids love it. Adults like it. Everybody's going back to see
and it
the
became
movie.
a successful movie.
And it became a successful movie series. Exactly. We're on 3, moving on to 4.
Yeah.
3 was definitely an eye opener. Again, it's not. Again, I'm not expecting movies to be 100% accurate or lore accurate, but
Right.
with the introduction of Shadow the Hedgehog and what they did with him, I think it was a good step towards like introducing him to the next generation of audiences or people that are not really familiar with Sonic.
Yeah. And I think it's a great thing that we're now having more Sonic games to where you have like, here's a new Sonic game, and then here's like a collection of Sonic games that you can get to experience, like games that you were not be able to play on a Sega Genesis, Sega Dreamcast, or whatnot, because you probably wasn't born around those years. So we're going to bring that collection of Sonic games to this new modern era, to where now people, including younger generations, can actually experience Sonic games, which I actually enjoy seeing, and I actually enjoy seeing now because it just brings everyone together.
Agreed.
I'm just waiting for another crazy question from this one. I'm just expecting, anticipating it at this point, and here it goes.
We got the PS4. Have you like dabbled in like the newer PS5 era Sonic games like Sonic Forces?
I knew this one was coming up too. All right. Yes, completed it. Not a big fan compared to Sonic Frontiers, but again, Sonic Forces happened. I think it was like one of those like stories where, okay, what if Eggman was actually trying, or what if Eggman was actually serious? In addition to I think there was another game prior to Sonic Forces. I think it was Sonic Mania or Sonic. It had something to do with the Phantom Gem. I can't remember.
Yeah.
But it's Sonic Mania or Sonic something along those terms. But it was definitely a different take where Eggman's actually trying. Could this been a TV series instead of a video game? Absolutely. Did they have to introduce like original characters into the game? Who wouldn't want to be a Sonic character into the Sonic world, into the game with a grappling hook?
I know the Sonic Sona fans went nuts.
Oh yeah, that they did.
Like
That they did.
you can look up your name and literally just put like the funniest internet gag is you can like put your name or someone else's name. There's a hedgehog on it.
Yep.
That is the funniest fandom humanly ever made, and I respect it.
You know what? Actually, I need to look this up. Is there actually like
Just look it up. Like
just let me try and look this up. There's no way.
it's possible.
And I'm currently looking up all the Sonic games. It seems like almost every year there's been a Sonic game.
Like there's been a Sonic game that everyone talks about, and then during that year, there's other games that no one even wants to dare mention. At this point, it's been some cases like that.
And it may not be like your full name or anything, just like your nickname. It's so funny.
Well, I found Jonathan the Tortoise, but that's not a Sonic character. And
No, you just put the hedgehog.
Oh no, I don't think I'm ready for that.
No, you just there's at least one drawing made. Called it.
Okay, so there is a Jonathan the Hedgehog.
So I put my legal name and my nickname at it.
You know what's funny? He looks like Shadow too. That's okay. No, I like the Sonic community. I'm not in love with it, but I like them.
They're
They're
entertaining.
creative.
They're
They're creative. They're different. They're creative. They like making unique things. I can respect that.
I know. I feel
Let's
like
just
I
not go
taught-
into the shipper.
I feel like I taught everyone a new fact today, and you're welcome. I do apologize ahead of time if you find it disappointing, but hey, it's your community, not mine.
Respectfully so.
All right, so in 2025 we have Sonic Rumble. I never heard of that before.
Wait,
Sonic
is that the
Rumble.
fighting game from like?
Is that
a while back?
yeah? That either that's a fighting game or that's a party
Sonic,
game.
Yeah, Sonic Rumble is an upcoming party battle royale game in
Oh,
the
never.
Sonic the Hedgehog
Battle
video
Royale,
game
okay.
series developed by Sonic.
Oh, it's a
team and
mobile one.
It's a mobile one. Oh, that's probably why.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, there's also the Sonic racing game.
Yes.
That's also coming out.
Yeah.
Crossworlds. People are hyped about that.
Same.
The previous Sonic racing games weren't bad. Again, we're just ignoring the question that Sonic's in a car or motorcycle. Sonic Riders everyone loved it. It's Sonic
Yeah.
on a skateboard. Who cares that he's able to like
And then there's Super Sonic
speed past them?
who just has to like turn into Super
He
Sonic.
has to turn into Supersonic. He's riding a skateboard, but I think at that point it's just a flex at that point.
Yeah.
Same thing for Shadow. Because Shadow uses skates, also goes super, can also be seen on a board.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's just a requirement of collecting enough gems.
I'm pretty sure some of the spin-off games, I'm pretty sure those are the games where it's just like, don't think about it too much, just enjoy the game, enjoy the content, just accept it.
Yeah.
I think it's one of those things.
Real.
Like the Sonic official characters, because I was
Yeah.
not prepared
what
to
are your
see
thoughts
that.
on the cross? Well, that's a later topic, anyways.
That's nice.
I'm hyped for it, though.
What, Sonic Racing Crossroads?
Yes,
Yeah, I played the
I got-
beta.
I've watched.
And
The interactions are genuine.
yeah, I played the beta and I had a good time playing the game. I would say it's a more savage version of Mario Kart.
Yes.
Yeah, very savage.
Oh, finally.
And there's crossplay.
Oh.
Yeah.
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 Oh.
So PS4, PS5, Xbox One X Series, and PC all together.
And Switch 2 is just alone.
Yeah,
Switch 2 always just finds a way to fumble, unfortunately.
I feel like it's not the Switch 2's fault. I feel
more
like it's more Nintendo.
It is 100%
It's
Nintendo.
it's definitely Nintendo, but they've been. I'm not even gonna touch that.
Yeah,
I don't want Nintendo ninjas at my house. No, thank you.
No worries, they can't reach it. They won't care enough about
See, you say you would think that, but that's why they're ninjas.
Hasn't happened to us yet.
Exactly. They're just waiting.
Nah.
Yeah, but I played the beta and I was having a blast playing the game. Granted, I'm going into don't go into the game thinking like I'm gonna play the game exactly the way how I play Mario Kart. No, you have to be ruthless in that game. Like you straight up have to be ruthless.
I'm pretty sure in one of the trailers you can actively see Shadow smiling running over Metal Sonic. That has happened. And there's another trailer where he's just dead faced, locked in, just wrecking through everyone just to race Sonic. I was like, that man's on a mission. That hedgehog is on a mission.
I'm still cackling over the fact that Omega literally just calls Vector broke in 3 different ways. And then Vector's like, hey, do you want to play with Charmy to Eggman's robotic kid? And I love how Eggman's robotic kid's just like, that is a dumb question you've ever asked me. Why you exist? Like, these interactions are probably going to be the most genuine thing you're going to see recorded all on the internet.
Mm-hmm. Trash talking.
yeah,
It's
can't wait for
genuine
it.
trash talking.
I can't wait for it.
This is something you're missing from Mario Kart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where's the savagery? Where's the
Nah.
rivalry? Where's the, competition?
Yeah.
It's within the people.
It's within the people.
And then
you
the
know?
blue shell just says everything. Unless you know how to dodge it.
Mushrooms are powerful. Mushrooms are a powerful tool
Yes.
to be used and held.
And so are these hands.
Well, you just couldn't save it for Mario Party?
No.
Okay.
I'm lucky enough in Mario Party as this man's a witness.
Ooh.
I literally beat 2 high-level players with just a bonus star. 2 bonus stars.
Rest in peace, those high-level players. They will be brought up again.
I'll show you the clip after.
Okay, I
Hilarious.
can't wait. I cannot wait.
All right, so let's move on to our next topic, and that is, what are your current thoughts on the state of gaming? With with everything that's going on in gaming, what is your current thoughts on it?
Stop with the microtransactions. I can only afford so much. Oh my god.
Everything's always worth a penny.
Everything has a microtransaction if you think about it hard enough as of late. I don't know when it started, but I'm pretty sure it started like around, I want to say 2010s, 20 something around 2015s.
360 days.
Something happened where the mobile gaming like practices slid its way into the main game series practices, and it's just microtransactions everywhere. I've noticed this. I know I turned a blind eye to it because, again, I thought this only was limited to like mobile games, or it's only limited to free-to-play games. But when you think about it and you look into like games like Overwatch, where you have to pay a pretty penny to play Overwatch, microtransactions everywhere.
Yes.
I'm not against loot systems in a sense, but make it reasonable is my only request, as well as the microtransactions. Maybe be a little bit adjusted towards what's going on in real life, because naturally we're not all made out of like coins and rings, sadly. So
like gaming microtransactions have become extremely predatory now, and it's like,
oh, it's forced.
And it's like, yeah, and it's, you see it in almost most major title games, and you're just like, is there a game that I can play where I don't have to deal with a lot of microtransactions? I don't mind DLC, especially if it's like DLC that's coming out like months down the line after you've bought the full game and experienced it. But these microtransactions where they just nickel and dime me for every little thing, it's just like, it's getting so annoying. And it's like, and it's not only annoying, but very predatory too, because now it's like, oh, that skin you could have earned in the game. Well, here's a way you can get the skin right up front, and they give you that price.
Right. It basically takes away the whole process of like earning the skin or earning, the thing that's rather exclusive to you. Instead, it's just like, hey, if you pay like XYZ, we'll give you this skin as well as these other like loot things to make you progress the game even faster. Which to me, it's like, okay, now you're just giving an unfair advantage to other players who can afford to do these things, but then everyone else who can't afford to do these things, they're going to be behind. They're going to be like placed behind the back burner, and then you guys are only catering towards the whales. I know I'm having this issue where like a lot of people know that I play a lot of League of Legends, sadly. But that's a prime example of like predatory microtransactions where it's like you guys are locking a skin behind exclusivity, and then turn around and let everybody else buy it once you guys have like got everything from the whales. Like, again, that was a free to play game. It wasn't really bent on. It was bent on like making you pay for skins to express yourself.
Yeah.
Now at this point, it's making you buy the skins so you can fill up their bank account. So that way, just in case they get sued, they can just like, oh well, we have the player community. They'll fund our lawyers and all that jazz.
Real.
Yeah. So it's kind of like, kind of cool it with the whole microtransactions, if you want my honest opinion.
Okay.
That's well said.
That's very valid.
There has been some games like Tekken 7 in 2017.
Oh no, Tekken 7.
So they charged $3 for frame data, like a frame data meter, a long time ago. Not many people remember this. That pissed off so many people that like the next DLC bundle had it for free, which should have been in the game way long ago.
Yeah, because it's a basic fighting game feature that should be available since day one.
100% needed.
100%, especially. Oh, go ahead.
No, you're good. Then you also have like games like Ghost Recon, I think Breakpoint or Wildlands, that had advertisements in the pause screen for other games to buy. Not even a microtransaction. It's just a forced advertisement in your game.
Why would you buy the game just to have more advertisement of another game?
Ubisoft.
Okay.
It's Ubisoft.
Okay. Oh boy. And what are we ever gonna talk about EA?
Oh, by all means.
Go on.
Go on. You have any gripes with EA?
Ooh. I haven't touched EA games.
Okay.
Like I've seen FIFA. I heard one of the recent iterations. Well, not recent, but it was like one of the past recent iterations with FIFA where you had to throw microtransactions in order to get certain players. I don't know if I'm remembering that correctly.
You're gambling pretty much is what it is.
Yeah, I was like, why has gaming come to this? Why have we come to like just, okay, we're basically just gambling for like legally gambling when it's like, why? Why have we gotten to this point?
It's no beneficial gambling.
Because EA knows that people are going to buy their games. They know that they can charge a $70 game for Madden, for FIFA, and they know that people are going to spend hundreds, if not thousands of dollars of microtransactions to get skins, to get certain players. And then guess what? Next year, they're going to do the same thing again, rinse and repeat.
Yep.
And for the longest, you have some content creators are starting to call this business practice out, and it's like, listen, if you're gonna do this, you might as well make FIFA and next Madden free to play games if you're gonna continue to do this.
Yeah.
Because this is just literally highway robbery, but EA don't care because it's just like
Then
y'all
it's a
gonna
2K
buy it.
series.
Y'all gonna buy it next year anyway.
Oh, that went
Yeah.
2K series. Yeah.
The fact that you can like make your person work at an actual job is insane.
Wait, what?
Yeah, there's some features like that, and you also have little go-kart, like open world, but you're still playing basketball.
I thought playing 2K was to play as a basketball player
You
as
can do
your
the
job.
the whole story mode. Like, I think there's some scenes where you can go into a Nike store, or you can just do like random 1v1s or 3v3s. There's a bunch of content creation all over the place.
Oh, how I've fallen behind the times.
I know someone's gonna call me out for this, but hey, thank you for calling me out later.
I forgot to ask. Are there any other gaming genres that you've experienced?
You know, wonderful that you go ahead and ask this because yes, the answer is yes, I have.
Okay.
I'm not just a Sonic fanatic. I've played other games. Obviously, I mentioned Mario. I've played 2K. Didn't really fall in love with 2K because again, I felt like with sports games, I was kind of like, if I could do this in real life, why would I do this like in the game?
Right.
Real.
Obviously, I'm not like a 6'3" basketball player. I wish I was, but hey, it is what it is. I played Mario Strikers. Mario Strikers had me on a vice grip for years. There is some devastating gameplay that I wish I could have clipped and streamed that's just diabolical. I used to be like rank 1 for Mario Strikers Charged.
What?
But then people would like, people would always like, when you're asleep, they just go ahead and knock you off the top and then you just drop
Oh, yeah, it
four
was one of
ranks.
those.
But those type of games where it's like competitive games that just get you like your heart racing and all that jazz. Yes, I played those. I love those to death. I have tried to dabble into fighting games. I got my ass beat. I'll be honest. It happens. I'm just not built for, like you said, the frame reading. I'm not built for like Tekken and Street Fighter. Not built for that. But I have dabbled in those games. I have like stretched out my horizons to other games. I know I've touched God of War.
Okay.
Shout out to Trayvon the Titan. But I know I've played God of War. I know I've played like other games that had my attention for like storytelling and all that additional things. I have dabbled into the Final Fantasy era.
Okay.
Wait, which Final Fantasy was
See, that's the beautiful question that everyone asks, and typically my answer is yes, because
Real.
there's so many Final Fantasies. The one go-to that everyone will go to, and I personally love to death, is Final Fantasy VII. It's a good game. I know people will always say, "Oh, it's overhyped," but actually play through the game, play through each of the discs, play the remake if you have to, get yourself immersed into Final Fantasy a little bit. And then catch these hands in Final Fantasy XIV because that's where I am. That's where I typically live.
Oh no, you're in the FGC retirement home.
Shockingly, yes, I am. Because I got my ass beaten like Tekken and Street Fighter. Where else am I supposed to go?
No. All jokes aside, that's where everyone says like they're either playing Balatro, they're doing other events, or straight up Final Fantasy 14. That's the,
Right.
That's retirement.
Or Marvel Rivals.
Marvel Rivals.
Or Marvel Rivals. Marvel Rivals has taken people by storm. I will not lie. I've tried it. It's a good game. I'm not touching ranked in that because I know how I am when I
I'm just
go
not touching
ranked.
the game because I know I'll get into ranked. The loop.
The loop continues. That's how I got stuck in League. Thank you, Danny Toyos. Yes, I'm putting your name on blast. Real. But yeah, I've touched other games, obviously. Why do I keep saying touched? I played other games, naturally. I think one that definitely still holds my heart, even if it's a love-hate relationship, is obviously going to be League of Legends. It's also going to be Final Fantasy XIV.
You playing ranked or ARAM?
I played both and ranked diamond, but we're not going to get into that.
Don't worry, I'll tell you later.
In other cases, I've tried WoW, or I tried looking at WoW. I don't know why. It just maybe I blame the younger me because when I tried it, I was younger. It didn't really catch my attention. I don't know
It's
why.
a lot to do in that game.
Yeah, it's a lot to do. Like in WoW, it's a lot to do in 14. The only reason I took a nosedive into 14 like it was cocaine was because of lockdown. I'm gonna be honest. The lockdown
real,
had me
yeah.
on grip because like where else was what was I supposed to do other than be locked up in a house, quarantine? I was during nursing school during that time.
Real.
But, it was just something to pass the time. Something very effective to pass the time. But you had a question in regards to any other games?
Oh no, just just pretty much just getting to know any other gaming genres that you have experienced, that you have played, and of course gaming genres that are like your go-tos. Like for me, example, like I love my JRPGs, I love my fighting games, and of course I love my action adventure games, and of course I love my shooting games.
And like,
so those are my top 4 genres right now.
and like for me, it's obviously like fighting games. I got into card gaming quite recently, and then I'm also dabbling to Metroidvanias.
Ooh, then I have a question for you.
Go on.
How do you feel about Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duels?
Oh no, I watched it. I'm like, no. I will never learn how to play Yu-Gi-Oh. That is the one game I don't want to get looped into.
Oh, okay, that's fair.
Because-
What about Pokemon trading games or trading card game?
Oh, like Pocket TCG, I avoid that as the plague as well.
What?
I do in-person card gaming because one, it's easier to gamble in front of my own friends, and
Fair.
2, I stick to like 2, which is like the Union Arena and One Piece TCG. And I have like a massive collection that I just learned about the collector app, where I just punch in a card. Oh yeah, this is how much I have in total.
Oh, okay. So more like in the real life aspect of things.
Yeah, I can't do online card gaming. I'll lose my mind.
You will sink. Don't do it. As someone who's
Exactly.
currently sinking, don't do it. Just don't.
I'm glad I got out of it because because during the PS3 era, we finally got a Yu-Gi-Oh game that we could play online.
Yes.
Finally. And I remember me and my boys, we got hooked onto that game. I got out of it. Them other 2 motherfuckers are still in it.
They're
That's
still
fair.
in it.
Since the PS3, no, one of
PS3.
since the PS3 era, but one of them has been it since the Xbox 360 era.
Holy
Yeah.
mackerel.
Okay.
So he's been it for a long period of time, played every iteration, and now there's a free-to-play version. So he plays it on his Xbox. He also plays it on his
PC,
mobile tablet.
phone. Yeah.
Yeah, on his tablet
Yeah,
whenever he
that's why I'd
travels.
rather do it in
so
person.
so he's
Yeah.
like he's so deep into it.
Okay.
So I'm just like, bro, as much as I would love to come back to Yu-Gi-Oh, just like, bro, there's so much shit in that
Yeah.
game that I've completely forgot about. The meta has completely changed. I'm like, I'm good.
Oh no, the whole band.
Oh no, the meta is. Trust me, you're better off playing real life. The meta in the online variation is different.
It's so toxic.
It is toxic. Never mind, we're not going to sugarcoat it. It's toxic compared to real life meta, where it's like, okay, the real life version is actually like taking into account, like, okay, maybe this card is a little too busted. In the online version, if you pay us money,
Yeah.
we'll look the other way. It's fine.
Literally.
Which goes back to microtransactions. But yeah, what I realized is that you guys are not going into the other territory of gaming, which I kind of find hilarious. But
Go on.
we're never going to touch upon ZZZ or Honkai Sky Rail.
Gotchas.
Gotchas.
I'm in gotchas. Yeah, I'm in gotchas.
Yeah.
I'm not judging.
With our last episode,
I'm in 4.
I'm not judging.
With our last episode of Yachi, it proved a whole perspective of gacha gaming. I downloaded Nikkei, but I forgot to play it.
That's fair, but
I'm trolling.
no, you're not trolling. It's fine. Like everyone is allowed to play the games that they want to play, as well as enjoy the game however they want to enjoy
I
the
just
game.
forgot I had it on my
within
phone.
reason.
No, I just forgot I had it on my phone.
Okay, that part too, but also again, that's what I'm saying. Like everyone's allowed to play whatever games they want to play, as long as they're having fun with it and they're enjoying what they're doing
I almost signed up
with
for
both
Azure.
hands.
I almost signed up for Azure Lane 2 as well.
I'm
then
still not judging.
and then I got rid of it.
Okay, good. That's fair.
Because once I saw, like, I haven't even opened the game, 5 gigs, out. Didn't even happen.
I keep telling them just
Understandable.
play the game on PC. You'll get the best version of it on PC. If there is a PC
But
version.
then I tried Uma Musume Pretty Girl Derby.
Oh no!
I grinded that game.
Oh no! I think that's another game taking everyone by storm. God,
But then I got bored. After I won my first finale, I'm like, okay, time to retire the game. Which was
Smart
the best
man.
choice I could probably do.
smart man, because it's a gotcha. And,
Yes.
like horses racing,
Gotchas
horse
don't,
racing.
Gotchas don't really work on me because I don't put money into the game.
You're already gambling with one, and that's TCG in real life.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's why you're already gambling on TCG, so you don't
Exactly.
need another thing to gamble on.
You're right.
Hmm.
I like to sell my assets properly, not just watch them on my phone.
That's fair. No, that's fair. It's better to have it in hand than to have it on your phone. I can prove it. Wow, on my phone. That's not proving it.
That's cute. I got like a binder on me.
So I'm expecting you to be like Kaiba and just have a whole like chest like ready to go.
I'll show you my collector app after this. Don't worry.
Okay. I was joking, but he's serious. Got it.
Like I digitally marked everything last night. I was up 2 hours straight going through all my like pretty cards and shit, and I'm just like, this is not much. I wake up and I see the price. I'm like, okay, time to go back to bed. I forgot I had a podcast.
That explains why you were tired this morning.
What? No, actually, I just couldn't sleep because I had a cup of coffee in the afternoon.
Okay, that's fair.
All right, so tell us, next topic. Tell us, what games that you've experienced that you had to be there for? Like, you experienced this game, or you experienced a moment within gaming, and as you're describing it to others, it's like, yo, you had to be there for this moment. What moments that you could share with us?
Damn. I really wish I could dive deeper into that because like I haven't really added too much experience like into tournaments. I feel like those are the events that I'm missing out the most on, where it's like, damn, I should have been there, or I should have been there cheering. I'm missing out on tournaments. I'm missing out on like Super Smash Brother tournaments. I hear those go crazy. I haven't been to one physically to really experience the hype or the joy. I just see it on videos and I'm just like, how are people getting this hype over this game?
Yeah.
I love Smash. I do. I love Super Smash Brothers. I've played each and every iteration of them. I've gotten my ass beaten in each and every iteration. I will not lie. But I feel like those are events where I just really see the gaming community like at its peak, where it's like everyone's either losing their minds over like a spike, or people are losing their minds over like this one character who everyone believes is like lower tier cannot beat this upper tier character, and they somehow, the underdog still gets the victory. I feel like those are moments where it's like, damn, I should have been there to see this in live time or live action, because there's just a difference between viewing something on video or viewing it on like a tablet or a video and just actually physically being there and witnessing it like in live time. So I think that answers that question.
Okay. Because I will tell you that it's definitely a much different experience when you see like tournament moments like that happening in person, because you're seeing a story being unfolded like in real time, like from start to finish, versus you see it in a clip. It's just like, yeah, it's in within maybe like 30 seconds, 45 or a minute or whatnot.
It's enough to retain someone's attention, pretty much.
Yeah,
Right.
But being there in person and then you're just seeing the entire process from start to finish, it's just like, it gets you invested. And I can give a really good example, which happened this past Friday during one of our Guilty Gear Strive tournaments. One guy finally won a tournament here at Flynn's by, after 3 years of coming out to Flynn's for all the Guilty Gear Strive tournaments that we have. So he finally won his very first local, and he was just like, he was just pretty much just through the moon, just having a good time and
God, it was so cool. I'm watching in the corner of my eye. I'm TOing, and this guy was cooking.
Yeah,
But the funniest way is he air grabbed the guy he beat, who was a consistent like winner.
Mm-hmm.
But then the last match, he just threw to person, like just in a normal throw, wins the game. I'm like, he won it in the funniest way.
And it was a close battle too, because it was like a game 5 situation, and it was like last round. So it's like, okay, this is where you have to lock in, because if not, and it was a grand final reset. So he ended up resetting the bracket. Now he has to win an additional 3 to win the entire tournament.
Oh wow.
Last game, last round, and it's just like, now the tension is up high. Now just like, okay, now the tension is high, the momentum is shifting back and forth. So it's just like you're literally watching a sequence happening right in front of you, to where it's like, I don't know where this is going, but I am so invested of just watching this match in person just being unfolded.
Yeah.
To where it's like, I'm gonna root for whoever, because right now these two are going at it, and they're giving their best. And when you see moments like that at tournaments, whatnot, I don't know how to describe the feeling, but it's just like, it's a great feeling to have. And even though you may not know the person, but it's just like, man, this guy just had
see emotion.
You see the emotion, and of course you just see them like,
Like it's a lot.
and you cheer for them.
Wait,
It's just-
Silver, put the camera on me. I can probably explain this better.
Yeah.
You're seeing a lot of emotion. You're seeing passion. You're seeing what got them into being a competitive gamer without really knowing who they are, what they're doing here. And like that sigh of relief, your heart is racing fast enough because it's a lot of stress in your body and your mind. Because you are locked in, you're focused. Some people put music on, some people hear the background. Like you have a lot of interactions going on at once, and your brain is just thinking, what do I do next at like 1 frame or 1/15th of a second? That's how it really is. Like you're seeing a lot of motion, fluidity, a lot of errors, miscalculations, so many things happening that you have to stay invested. Like, is that your homie really winning, or is he really gonna cook? It's a lot of like you don't know what's gonna happen. It's either gonna be close, 3-0, or like a really bad game.
Damn.
Shouts out to the homie Rock Brody.
Yeah, so for me, I love moments like that because again, it's storytelling at its finest, and you can just and then of course people are gonna talk about that moment because the fact that it was such a really good moment, it was such a close game, and the same could be said in even competitive sports as well, to where you're watching a match happening right in front of you, and it is so close to the point where the time's running out. It's the score is tied. Someone needs to score. Otherwise, it's going to go into overtime. It goes into overtime. Now just like, shit, someone needs to something needs to happen.
Like sudden death.
Like we need to see the ending of this. Like, how is this going to end? And you're just invested for the entire ride. And that's the beauty of coming out to your locals and seeing these moments and whatnot. Granted, there are some days where it's just like, you know what, it's just a easy chill local, but you get that one player, they fight someone else, and then magic just happens.
The mood just changes.
Yeah, and it's like it's something that you cannot manufacture. It just has to naturally happen, and when it naturally happens, a lot of people get invested in watching the process, and now they're invested in seeing how is this going to go down.
Yeah.
Oh damn. I'm missing out.
Tournaments are quite interesting.
I'll just have to start visiting my my local area. I think it's ROK down in Palmetto Bay. I need to start visiting that area.
That's a good
Okay.
local to go to.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so even if you're just going there as a spectator, just like watch the sport itself and then just see how things go from start to finish. And you're like, okay, all right. And then of course, if there's also a crowd, you're gonna feel that energy even 10 times more.
Yeah. It's like going to like a cosplay competition, for example, and like you're watching your favorite people like outdo themselves.
Quite actually. Yeah.
It's similar to that example, but 1v1.
Okay. I think I'll get that picture.
Yeah.
Like once I start visiting locals again, I think I'll start.
It's a
getting
weird
that picture.
comparison, but it's probably the
Yeah,
best one I can think
and
of.
a lot of people when they go to their locals for the very first time, they always have a lot of anxiety and a lot of just like nervousness.
Jitters.
The jitters and whatnot, because a lot of people are afraid to lose. They're afraid to lose in front of an audience, and I always tell them, don't, like, if you're gonna go to a local, don't think about losing. Just thinking about, all right, how can I get better at this game? Because you want to treat your local as if you're going to a gym, because when you go to a gym, you're not going to be able to bench press 500 pounds right when you
off the
walk
bat.
in. No,
Right.
It's going to take time to just build that work ethic. It's going to take time to get to that level. So when you're playing fighting games and you're going to your locals, go with the intent to, I want to learn how to get a little bit better at this game to the point where I can hold my own. That's the mentality that I have. I go just to be able to hold my own. I'm not trying to be the best. I'm not trying to be the number one and the best in the world or whatnot, because I got real life responsibilities that I got to take care of or whatnot.
That's fair.
I want to be good enough to the point where I can hold my own, even against really top players. And I go with the mindset of, if I can get one round off of you, then I can get one game off of you, and if I can get one game off of you, then I can beat you.
Yeah.
So I go with that type of mentality of, if I can just get just one off of you, then I can beat you. So that's why it's important to go to your locals, show up and support and whatnot. And, you have the spectating side of things, and then of course you also have the storytelling side of things, where if you want to commentate and you're telling the story, you can also do that as well. Just ask me like, hey, I would love to learn how to commentate, like be the one to tell the story of what's going on.
It's funny because commentating is like the same exact thing you see in sports. you're stating the obvious, but in a way that in your personality, the way you talk in your tone. Like, I do commentating as well, but I just do it for the hell of it. So I'll crack jokes once every while. Or like you have people that are unique, like Yipes or Tasty Steve's, or you have people like Justin Wong who does everything. But yeah, I just play fighting games for the love of the game. I just like running fades and trauma and causing as much trauma as I reasonably can.
That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah. There was a regional that happened in Tennessee that my best friend of 12 years went to. We went last year. I got 4th out of 30-something people in Guilty Gear. And people still talk about me. I'm like, damn, I haven't.
You left a mark. But you left a mark. People recognize you, or they know about you.
Also, I cosplayed there too, but that's not important.
What?
Yeah. I cosplayed as a Doflamingo from One Piece. I had my shades, I had a nice shirt on, and I was laughing.
Yeah, people are definitely going to recognize you then.
Oh, yeah, I air fried quickly. Even though I got cooked by, like, on stream twice, that's fine. I'm still a thumbnail.
Respect. Isn't that the goal for like a lot of people? Just to be recognized or seen, or like to be.
Everyone has their why and how.
Yeah, it's usually, you know, hey, I want to have my moment because, you know what, I'm in an environment that I get to enjoy. I'm around people that enjoy the same hobby as I do. So if I can have my moment, like my 10 seconds, 15 seconds, 1 minute, however, then I'm through the roof. And the same can be said in regardless of whatever hobby that you're into. Like, if you could have your moment, that's something that you're gonna live with for the rest of your life, and it's just like, man, that was a good moment.
This is gonna be golden. I'm sorry, I had to slip a cake.
Nah, it's all good.
I had to.
Nah, it's all good, man. It's all good. But yeah, as you said, like,
Being present in locals is definitely an experience.
Oh, yeah.
I wish I was there to actually answer your question about.
Yeah.
You just had to be there moments. Yeah.
Even in gaming too, like, even with games too, like, there are moments in gaming where I finally defeated like certain bosses in like certain games. Like, I play a lot of Souls games. Ooh. And I have my moments where it's just like, oh my God, I just drop the controller and be like,
now that I think about it, there are moments where it's like in Baldur's Gate 3, I'll dive into that game.
All right.
Not really into D&D, but Baldur's Gate got my attention.
Go on.
There was one particular moment where I was like underleveled, underpowered, or had no equipment to deal with like a certain boss, like in I think Act 2 of the story. And I will forever rave about this because it's just like it is possibly the craziest thing to happen to me because I never thought this was possible. So I'm going into this like this section where it's pretty much a hospital or whatever. It's locked down. You have this boss. You have this boss. He has like I think 1, 2, 3, 4 different like sub bosses with him. Hold on a second. He has like 4 different sub bosses with him. So I'm just like, okay. These are my resources. This is what I have. Everyone's low. I just got out of a fight. How am I gonna like get out of this situation? So obviously I go up to the boss. We like had a conversation, had a dialogue or dialect, or whatever. I saw one of the options that just said maybe you should practice your own techniques on yourself. And I was like, there's no way this is going to work. Pressed it. Rolled for perception. I think I didn't get a nat 20, but I definitely got something that was 1 point high enough to convince him to have the boss tell his sub bosses to practice the techniques on yourselves. And then when he realized what happened, he was like, well, I guess I'll have to fight you on my own. And then I was like, but what if you practice your technique on yourself? Isn't that true like practice of what you preach? He's like, after a dice roll, you're absolutely right. After that happened, I just sat there with the controller, just like, did I just convince a boss to off himself? I just had to put it down and just take a breath and just kneel. Like, did I just do that? Like, how did this line of events get to here where I just convinced a boss and 5 other disciples to just off themselves? How?
That's Baldur's Gate for you.
Okay, and I can't wait to start doing Baldur's Gate sessions with a friend of mine who says he's gonna do it on November's. I can't wait for the shenanigans that's gonna occur in those type of games where it's like the possibilities are endless. I love that stuff where it's just endless possibilities are the best things about like gaming, where it's like anything could happen, especially in a competitive scene.
Yeah.
Anything could happen. You can have the top tier player go against like a lowly local. The local wins.
Yeah.
Through like a chain of events. You can have someone go through gaming, go through sponsorship. They show up as a cosplay. Their name is now etched in history because they did what they did for the love of gaming.
Yes.
So in a sense, it's just there's that scene. There's that scene that happened in Baldur's Gate, and I'm so sad I didn't record it. I'm sad I didn't record it or clip it. It's just
But it's a
moment I have.
Yes.
It's a moment I have where I'm
Exactly.
just like, there's no way this happened and I got away with this. No way.
Yeah. It's just like
It's like
that feeling of elation, just like, it feels good.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah,
I
it does.
wasn't ready for this.
Yeah, basically.
Okay.
And I've played D&D before. But I can't jump into Baldur's Gate because I know I'll get too locked in.
Oh,
I know better.
I think that's my one like issue. Whereas like with Baldur's Gate, I kind of wish instead of just speed running it like a Pokemon game, I kind of wish I just actually took the time to do all the quests, the side quests, and all the extra things to do in Baldur's
But
Gate.
it's so long.
But it is so long.
I know this.
And I am not gonna lie, I saved scummed so many times, especially when one character died, and I was like,
Go back.
I'm gonna re-zero. I'm not allowing this. No, I'm re-zeroing. No, none of this.
At least you didn't like go back to your perception checks. You did, didn't you?
So is there another question?
I love how I'm asking the real question, like a D&D player.
Like, is there another question? Because no, definitely, no. I definitely
It's like I rolled a 9. Let me go back.
like I rolled.
real.
No. I rolled a nat 1 on this, and I was like, I have to accept this. I can't do over this. It's nat 1. I can't. That's the
It's
holy
the
Bible.
worst outcome.
It's the worst outcome, and I have to accept it. Anything else, like if it's a natural 2, I'm just there like, that didn't happen. Let's bring this back.
It's like RNG. Let's do this again.
Yeah.
D20.
Yep.
All right, our next topic, and this is, what are your gaming pet peeves? What are some pet peeves of yours that just irk you, that just annoy you, that just gets on your nerves?
And we've talked about microtransactions already. Let's see if we can
I'm
add
not
more
gonna
into
bring
this.
that back in. Let's see if we can bring back more. I have to think about this. It's a small pet peeve, but as I go on, I'm just gonna gradually go on. I guess the way I view gaming is like I view it like as an art, something that should be appreciated, something that should be loved and respected.
Right.
And especially if people are like, they put a lot of time and effort into gaming. That should be respected, that should be commended in numerous cases. Trash talking, however, I know it's something that's part of gaming. It's part of something that's like part of like fighting games and all that jazz. But just like at some point, you gotta realize that maybe you're going a little too far with the trash talking. Like when it
Yeah.
gets too personal, like. And again, this is a very dark side of League of Legends where trash talking is
Oh, yeah, I know where you're going.
prevalent to the point that it's just better to just like not even interact or just mute everything and let that go. That's a small pet peeve, trash talking. I get it. Some players have to like go ahead and trash talk to make themselves feel better, but it's like at the same time it's just be honorable, be respectful of each other, and just understand that you put a lot of time and effort into this, thing that you're displaying your skills, displaying your efforts, displaying everything that you're doing, and just bring that, same respect and same regard for the other player that you're going against. Yes, you guys are currently opponents. You guys aren't mortal enemies duking it out where, your family was at war with this family and that family was at war with this family and this family like basically poisoned your well, so you have every right to trash talk them to the point that they're in the graveyard already. Like, it's like, hey, like, I thought we came here out of like love for the game, not love for roasting each other's, like putting yourselves at war. That I never understood. And that's kind of a pet peeve of mine where it's like, yeah, trash talking is like, bro, just enjoy the game. Fight at your best, but don't try to bring other people down because you never know what the other person is going through. You never know if they're like one thing away from just like giving up the love of game or giving up the love of competition in the first place.
Right.
That's real.
Another pet peeve I'm trying to think is I know a lot of people are probably gonna know about this one, but I have to think about. I have to choose my words carefully.
Meh, you're fine.
please don't turn off the game in the middle of my gaming session or anything that relates to the power of my gaming system during a gaming session just to tell me, hey, I need you to get off the game. It's like, but this is my time. Why are you like turning off my stuff during my time? What if, like, just perchance, what if I did a lot of things during a lot of this time frame and unfortunately didn't save, and you knock the power, turn it off? Wouldn't that make anybody explode at that point?
Yeah.
Yeah, you work so hard.
All that just gone.
God bless autosave.
God bless autosave, but to those unfortunate souls who never got a chance to save during a crucial capture or crucial catch or a crucial event that you may or may not have to do the event all over again, salute to thee.
Yep.
Yeah.
We understand your pain, and we know that's a very, very big pet peeve. Like
Games that did not have autosave back in the day, to where, hey, if you if the power just cuts off and then you have to restart all over, especially if you just got through fighting one of your toughest bosses and you're just like,
Time to do it again.
time to do it again.
Unfortunate.
It doesn't count. It didn't count. You didn't save.
or even worse, your save file got corrupted.
Yep.
Oh, that stung. Oh no, that stung. That brought back a memory.
You're ready for a new game.
You're gonna remember. Yeah, no, you're saving this time. You're gonna save every minuscule event. You're gonna save. Like there's nothing that crushes the soul more than like forgetting to save. Something happens, and then now you have to do all that all over again. Because keep in mind, time is invaluable. Like once a second goes by, you're not getting that second back. Like it's just unless you have time powers, in which case, fine, the rules don't apply to you. But if you don't have time powers, once that second's gone, that's it. You're not getting that second back. You got to keep pushing forward. You have to keep trudging forward. And again, please don't cut the power or cut my game or break my TV in mid gaming session just to have my attention. If the game can be paused, I will 100% pause the game and I will give you my undivided attention. But if it's a multiplayer, or it's an online game, or it's in the middle of a raid, I'm sorry. I am locked in for at least an hour or two. Give me a call back after the next business day.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's valid.
Yeah, I had one of my coworkers call me during the middle of a tournament. I'm in the middle of a fight and I lost, and I almost cussed him. I'm like, "What do you want from me?" And he's like, "Oh, this." I'm like, "Oh, just press this button." And then I went back to being pissed off. And then I yelled at him in person.
Yeah.
And then I almost yelled at my boss in person too.
Yeah.
I'm like, give me a reason why I shouldn't be pissed off at you. I don't care if you fire me.
It'd be like that, man.
It be like that. Just
The fact I said that very straightforward is still insane.
I commend you. I know I would have popped off. I'm sorry.
I just use violence sometimes.
Sometimes.
It depends.
Okay. There we go. That's the right answer.
I always find it very interesting that when you said, when it comes to like trash talking and whatnot, it usually comes from people of course, in competitive games, and sometimes it also comes to where if you're like so good to the point where you're beating them, then they start trash talking you because it's like, now I got to try to find a way to get into your head or just try to throw you off your game. I'll be like, mute.
Yeah.
I love like in-game voice chat for fighting games like Mortal Kombat. I got slurred in English and Spanish once. That's still funny.
Oh man. Woo. Online talking. I didn't even talk about that. I was like,
I know, when you say trash talking, I'm like, we got to be specific.
Yeah. No, I meant in person. Like in person trash talking. Like
Oh, fair game.
Like no. If it's like you're one of your closest friends and you're just like ready to just start trash talking, I'm just gonna look at you and just be like, sir, I know where you live. Choose your words carefully.
Like, shut up.
Like play the game. Don't make this personal. Don't make this like more than it needs to be. Online trash talking, there is nothing you can do about it other than muting.
Yeah.
That's the best thing you can do. That's my best advice I can give you if you're gonna be like, sensitive to trash talking. I'll admit it. Sometimes I'm sensitive about it. Sometimes I just don't care and I just mute and I just be like, I'm moving on. If I screw up, I will fix my mistakes when I'm ready to fix it. But I will fix my mistakes when I'm like able to review it and look into it and actually deep dive and look and fix my errors. Now, when it comes from online, I ain't gonna lie, there's a lot of slurs being thrown left and right, and I can't tell when gaming evolved into that era, and I low-key do blame Call of Duty and other, first-person shooter
the
games.
famous gamer words.
The originator of slurs. Wait, I don't think it's Call of Duty, actually. It might be Halo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was about to say, yeah, no. Let me fix my history. It's definitely Halo.
Halo, Call of Duty, and then so forth.
And in Battlefield, it just
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie, I do talk trash in Battlefield. I ain't gonna front. That's because I work with randoms, and sometimes my random teammates don't do shit that they're supposed to do, so that way we can win the game. So I'm going to get on the mic and be like, "Yo, I need you to revive me. Like, pick me up, bitch. I'm right here."
It's like, notice me.
And they just run right past you. They get shot, and I'm just like, you could have fucking revived me, and that would have been 2 guns at one. But now you want to go and do your own thing.
I swear.
I'm one of those guys that I will shit talk you if you're on my team, and it's like, yo, because we're trying. I get so locked in certain games. Like, if you're not doing your job, I'm gonna yell at you.
That's fair, because again, it's randoms. It's like you're never gonna see this person again. So obviously your hostility will be on 11. And I'm guilty of this. I'm not gonna be a hypocrite and say, oh yeah, no, you shouldn't be trash talking. But then when I get online, when I get home, I get online, I will be flaming and roasting if you're not doing what you're supposed to do. Okay. But then again, on their screen, they're probably thinking, oh, I'm doing exactly what I need to do, even if it's not the right thing. But I'm sorry, when you said notice me, my darkest thought straight up went to notice me, senpai. In other words, I will say, when it comes to online trash talking and randoms, yeah, no, I'm sorry. It's all balls to the wall, stuff will explode, things will be said. I'm just gonna say that right now. But if it's your friend or close personal friend, come on, you can do jabs. You can do jabs.
Yeah.
Randoms, nuclears. I don't care. Friends, do jabs. You never know.
Because since you you spoke about Final Fantasy 14, I'm pretty sure when you're playing raids with randoms or whatnot, and you see that random just not doing shit, you're just like, what the fuck are you doing? I hope you can hear me. Even if your mic is muted, you're screaming at your screen like, oh my god, I'm working with dumbasses.
Yep.
If there's one thing I wish to say about the Final Fantasy 14 community, you guys are positive when you're not rating. When you are rating,
no positivity.
Holy shit. Do I just want to just get on chat and tell each and every one of you, for the love of God, look at the guide and tell me your position. And then when you find out your position, tell me what you did wrong in a 3-paragraph essay. Whew, rating.
Did you have a healer or you didn't?
So rating.
I love how I'm asking the real questions because I know about this culture.
So rating. Rating is a prime example of trash talking may or may not occur, even if it is supposed to be beneficial and or advice giving. But on God's given earth, a possible fucking take would be definitely taken, because there have been times where no, a healer is definitely what you say parsing. I don't care if I'm putting people on blast. This is true. Healers are parsing and they're not healing. And then when we all die and wipe to a mechanic that required healing, they're like, why did we all die? There's so many mitigation. I'm just going to look at them and just be like, sir, what healing were you using? Oh, I was using Cure 3. You are level 100. Why the hell are you using Cure 3? Oh, you're not supposed to tell me how to play the game. I'm not telling you how to play the game. I'm telling you how to play your class.
Kiraga and this motherfucker.
Oh, no. So when we discuss rating, that's an exception to trash talking, because that's not trash talking. That's providing advice in a very volatile nature.
Yeah.
As it should be.
As it should be. I'm not gonna lie, I've had fumbles. I've played classes where, okay, yeah, I needed to be brought aside and be like, hey, you're doing XYZ wrong, can you fix it? And it's like, yeah, sure, I got you, I'll fix it. I end up fixing it. There are other cases where it's like you get in a raid and the healer or tank is adamant that no, they are not a healer or tank, they are a DPS, you just can't see the right color. And it's like, sir, we all see your color, please. You are a blue tank or a blue gunbreaker. Please tank properly. After the 5th pull where they're not tanking properly, all right, look, motherfucker. On God, if I can play your class better than you can, and I'm a freaking DPS, and I gear up my shit just to match your shit, and I do your job better, I'm going to ask you politely to get out. For the love of God, you are holding us up and taking up our time.
Yeah.
Because again, time is invaluable. If you're raiding, you guys are having expectations on how long the
Exactly.
raid will go. You're having expectations that you know everyone's supposed to be doing exactly what they're supposed to be doing. Yes, hiccups can occur and they can be fixed, you know, given that you're willing to fix them. Now, if you're someone that's unwilling to fix them, what the hell are you doing raiding?
Yeah.
Why are you raiding?
Just explore the game like a normal person.
Just explore the game like a normal person.
and
Don't
avoid the raids.
that part. That part. Yeah, no, just
Because I remember back in the Destiny 2 days.
oh no.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Oh yes.
When they finally gave us the feature to where, hey, now you can randomly pair up with people and then go on a raid.
How fun was that?
It was stressful.
I've only
Yeah.
done one
Like-
raid, and I'm like, I'm never doing this again.
Yeah, it's one of those. Yeah, I don't want
Like 3 hours.
because 5 hours of my life, of my time gone, and I'm just like, I'm uninstalling this game. At that point, I was done with Destiny 2.
Yep.
I was done because it was just like, I refuse to work with dumbasses.
Yeah.
And the guys that I would normally play Destiny 2 with and go on raids with and whatnot, they're off to playing other games. So I'm stuck with the randoms, and I'm just like,
What do you do?
yeah,
What do you do? I think that's where it comes down to. Like, raiding with friends is a different experience.
Yes.
It is so much fun. It is hilarious to go through these memories and these moments with your friends, because these are memories you're going to cherish forever, because you guys are going to be in a group and you're going to do it consistently. Now, it is sad when the friend group, either disbands from the raiding scene and they play other games and you're left with the randoms. It's not that same connection anymore. It's not
Exactly.
the same
No.
experience or joy, because now it's just stressful. Now you're like, okay, I'm doing this with randoms. I'm trying to get the optimal timing for this. I'm trying to get this done as fast as possible so I can go play with my friends, or I can go do something else that's worth my time. But then human error occurs, and now you're stuck there. You're thinking it's only going to take you 30 minutes. Now it's taking like 2 hours. Now it's taking 3 hours, and you're going way beyond what you planned and what you scheduled for. So
Yeah.
I can understand where it's like, yeah, it's stressful and it's very like detrimental to do online community stuff and just go back into that toxic little gremlin that just wants to trash talk people to get their shit together.
yeah. Like, I'm just here just to farm this item, get this item, and then just be done. And that's it. Like, hey, I finally got it. And now I can never get it because I don't have the team that I have, and I got to work with jackasses.
Yep.
Yep.
So it's like, yeah, I'm done. I'm done. I'm out.
Yep.
No, I'm not going through this mental torture anymore.
If it makes you feel better, I downloaded Final Fantasy 14. I didn't know I had to have a trial account, and then I gave up because I didn't want to just make another account for Final Fantasies.
Oh no, I think you can change the trial account to your main account.
And then I gave up.
That's fair.
I'm just like, I don't want to go through this in my lifetime.
No, that's fair. That's fair.
And I remember NY is like, hey, what do you got against MMOs? I'm like, nah, it's just not for me.
And that's fair. No, different genres for different folks, or
yeah.
different strokes for different folks. Whichever the gaming community is willing to accept at this point.
I just didn't want to go through over 100 hours of my life to Final Fantasy 14.
Fair. Again, if you did it during lockdown time, you're not gonna feel the passage of time.
I
If you
know.
try to get into it now, though,
It just feels a little
it is
late.
long and it is I wouldn't know. I would never say it's too late to join a game. Just know that the experience is going to be completely different.
Yeah.
Compared to what it was then, compared to what it is now. Because now we do have responsibilities. We're back. We're like, things are starting to move again. Things are starting to go back to going back to normalcy, kind of, sort of. But I'm not going to touch on that.
Also, I couldn't accept just subscribing and then continuing buying expansions when we were talking about microtransactions.
But I consider expansions DLC, so
Yeah.
Real.
that's fair. Now, microtransactions for Final Fantasy 14 or other MMOs would be aesthetics. It's different. It's different because, like he said earlier, expansions, DLC, those are fair game because
Yeah.
these are continuations of what you originally bought, but it's continuations. It's like sequels. It's like
true.
you're digging more into the sequel, the situation. If we're gonna talk about expansions and the quality of expansions, then I would say as of right now, jumping into Final Fantasy 14, play all the way until Endwalker and stop right there. So that way you understand that, like, hey, you put in this much amount of time. It's a lot of time, but this is the true ending of the game, in my sense.
Oh,
As someone who has played through Dawn Trail, the new expansion,
yes.
yeah, play through Endwalker. Just stop right there at Endwalker. Don't even just stop right there at Endwalker.
You don't have to go any further.
Don't even go any further.
Yeah.
It's like one of those TV series, like Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah.
Everyone says you can stop at the Cell Saga. Absolutely, you can. Boo Saga's a little fun, not gonna lie. What about GT? What about GT? Just watch the Super Saiyan 4 scenes. You're good. That's it. What about Super? What about Super? Just watch the scenes with Ultra Instinct. That's it.
Yeah.
What about everything before? Why do you ask questions you don't need the answers to? That's how I feel about Final Fantasy 14.
That's real. I
Just-
can respect that.
Just you stop right at Endwalker. Don't even continue with Dawn Trail. Just end your subscription right there. If you do end up playing Dawn Trail, eventually you're gonna get sucked into the raiding scene because that's what always happens. Once you reach the end of the expansion, you're gonna dabble into the endgame content. When you dabble into the endgame content, you're never gonna stop.
Yeah,
Continuous loop.
I'm just not gonna play it. That's all.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
I love it.
Smart choice. Smart choice.
Oh man. Well, since we're slowly running out of time, Johnny, is there anything you wanna, speak on about, ask questions about before we wrap this episode up and put a bow on it and just call it a day?
I'm glad and grateful to be here. This is my first time doing like a podcast ever, and hopefully I reached marks. What else? Shout out to everyone shout out to you guys again for having me on for first time. Shout out to everyone who's been supportive of me, who's been talking to me, telling me to get out more or experience things more and branch myself out more. I'm trying. Again, I'm typically a very shy to myself individual, but when I'm out in conventions, I tend to be a little bit more social. But this is my first time doing something like this. So again, big shout out to both of you. Big shout out to everyone that supports both your channels and everyone that's watching out there. Big shout out to you guys. This is probably my first or second, third time looking at the camera because again, I'm not used to looking at cameras.
You're fine.
You're
Either
fine,
which
you're
way.
good.
The only other question I would have is is there any chance this can happen again or
yeah.
later times?
When we have group episodes, that's when we bring on returning guests that we've had on for the very first time. We bring them on for a group episode, and we'll just have group discussions and whatnot of certain gaming stuff. So just be on the lookout for that. Usually, I like to pair people up with people that are very like-minded that are going to add to the conversation. Let's just say, for prime example, if we were to do a Sonic cast, we already know we're getting you, we're getting Dan, and we're probably going to get another person and just talk all Sonic games. And we'll probably do what me and Waluigi did earlier this month, not this month, but this year, where we had a PlayStation cast. We invited two guys that we know that are PlayStation
They
fanatics.
mover shit.
Yeah, and we had on the table nothing but PlayStation consoles and handhelds.
Ooh.
Every PlayStation console, from PS1 to PS5, the PSP, the Vita, the PSP Go, we had all on the table, and we just talked everything about PlayStation.
Oh damn. Okay.
Yeah.
So we like to bring people back for those type of episodes where, certain personalities and to where it'll add on to the conversation and it'll make for a really good episode.
Okay, wonderful. Wonderful. I don't really have anything else to say other than thank you for having me, and I hope to come back very soon.
Yeah, of
Sure.
course. And
Where can people find you on social media?
I was ready to say
Ooh.
that. I was ready.
So people can find me on social media on Instagram. I don't do TikTok as much. I don't know. I just can't dabble into that. It's too short for me. But people can find me on Instagram. It would be at Clarke, CLARKE, _COS. Pretty much that is the social media that I'm currently trying to grow. I'm very one-track minded, so I can't really multitask into multiple social media platforms.
Takes
so
time.
I'm just slowly trying to get used to it or slowly get myself integrated into it. So right now I'm just focusing on just the Instagram, and that's pretty much it. I think the next thing I may be doing would be the cafe, a Zenless Zone Zero cafe. I think it's being started by Yachi Cosplays. I will be showing up to that. I'm not going to share who I'm going to be cosplaying, but I will be there.
All right.
And I hope to see you guys back out maybe at MiraiCon or next couple.
Yeah, we'll be at
cons.
MiraiCon.
Yeah.
I will definitely be out there. I will definitely try to like hang out with you guys or talk to you guys and
Hell yeah.
just
Oh,
be
yeah.
out there and get my name out there as quickly as possible.
And speaking of MiraiCon, we do have a special announcement for that, but we're not going to reveal it just yet.
Ooh.
So stay tuned for that announcement. But Waluigi, any closing thoughts?
Oh, thank you so much for joining us, Johnny. I did love your energy. You don't seem as shy as you say you are. And
I'm still running on jitters right now. That's why.
good. Nerves conceal it. That shows a sign of excitement. We're happy to have you. Can't wait for you to check out local scenes, more games to play, and you to stream. I wish the best of luck to you, brother.
Thank you so much.
Johnny, thank you again for being a guest on our podcast. Great to have you. And yeah, as I said before, like future episodes, we'll definitely bring you back on, especially most likely once everyone has played Sonic Racing Cross Worlds, because I do want to get more people's thoughts and opinion on that. And of course, I do plan to run a tournament here at Flynn's on October 4th. So I'm excited for that.
Solid. Can't wait.
All right, and with that being said, hey, everyone watching and tuning in, thank y'all so much for watching. And if you're new here to the podcast, of course, we invite newcomers to the podcast via, IG. So if you want to be a guest on the podcast, by all means, go to our Instagram at Software Gamers Podcast. There's a pinned video in our profile to where it'll literally tell you exactly how to be on the podcast if you want to be on the podcast, but you have to be a South Florida native, hence the term South Florida Gamers Podcast. And of course, big shout out to our subscribers, our followers, and everyone supporting our growth and our journey. We are now at episode 149, and we have 150, and I can't wait to see who we have on for 150. Most likely it's going to be Thursday episode, so
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nothing crazy.
yeah. So with that being said, hey, thank you guys so much for watching. This has been episode 149 of the South Florida Gamers Podcast, and we are signing off.
Peace.
Later.